Hello you fantastic people and welcome back to Borderlands 3. I hope you guys are all doing well. In this video I'm going to show you guys how amazing the Krakatoa has been since the buff. I know a lot of you guys already know that this gun is an absolute tank. We're going to show you guys how to absolutely shred bosses with it, and it doesn't even have to be a bossing build. You can do it with a mobbing build. It's kind of ridiculous. I'll show you guys 3 different builds that you can use it on, including an Amara build, because I know usually I just do flak builds because he's my main and I know what the heck I'm doing with that one. But it literally shreds with everyone with no anointments, no like serious gear collecting, anything like that. It is an absolute tank. So if you guys haven't heard about it, you're going to want to get the Krakatoa. But in this video I'm going to show you how to get it, what anointments to look out for if you want to go for the best of best ones, and the build that you want to use it for to absolutely shred everything in this game, because by far the best sniper rifle in this game is the Krakatoa since the buff. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, so this is the gun to start off with. It is kind of hideous, if I'm going to be honest. I really don't like the look of most Melee 1 guns, but this thing is an absolute tank, so you're just going to have to look past how disturbingly ugly it is, and we'll just move past it. So this one is the Krakatoa, absolutely 0 anointments. I'm going to show you a clip in a second of me shredding Gravehorde with it. This just shows how much it's been buffed. The damage on this thing is 9,782, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm not 100% sure what the absolute maximum is, so if you guys have a Krakatoa that's higher than this, let me know the highest damage DPS one that you have down below so we can get a good gauge of what the highest damage one is that we can go for. As for elemental damage, 8,858 damage per second, which is like just disgusting. It's kind of ridiculous, but that is a lot of elemental damage. So if you guys are playing as Amara, that's why this gun is even more amazing, because of course she has amazing damage amplifiers for elemental damage, so that is going to work well in your favor. As for accuracy and handling, accuracy is super like pinpoint with 95%. Handling is 76%, is slightly above average. Reload time, it takes a little bit with 4 seconds, but for a sniper rifle that's not too bad. As for fire rate, it's 4.35 per second. It's, I guess, kind of average. It's not as fast as a Lyuda, but it's not super slow like some of the Jacob sniper rifles that are out there. As for magazine size, this one is 14. I think I have a few magazine amplifiers in some of my builds, so it's definitely worth having those if you guys can get your hands on them. But of course it does a lot of damage, so depending on what you're actually fighting, you probably don't even need the extra bullets. As for the red text, get him angry and he's bound to erupt. I hear that is a SpongeBob reference. I don't know it personally, but apparently that is a reference to SpongeBob. The weapon damage is 321% increased. It's ridiculous. And weapon zoom is 2.7 times, which is, I guess, average for a sniper rifle. As for the dedicated drop for the Krakatoa, because I'm sure a lot of you weren't farming the Krakatoa before this buff because, well, it was a meme. So if you guys are going for it now, Promethea is the place to go, and the Forgotten Basilica, I believe is how you're supposed to pronounce it. It is found from the Rampager, the one and the only. It's not too bad of a boss farm. He has a few legendaries in his loot pool, unfortunately, so it might take a little while to get the best anointment, but it's going to be faster than just going for pure world drop Krakatoas if you're going for the good anointed one. If you just want a Krakatoa that has no anointed on it, which works, trust me, it works. World drop places are great to go to as well. Something like Gigamind, Agonizer, and Gravewater, all 3 great places to farm. Okay, now for the fun part, I'll show you guys a non-anointed Krakatoa on my very first attempt using it in my King/Queen's Call build. I essentially ran in there, first try, threw a grenade that amps my damage by 25%, proc myself with a sellout, so I had some fire damage to amp my damage again using an elemental projector, and that's literally all I needed. Went into fadeaway, aimed at his chest, and literally one-clipped Gravehorde with with bullets to spare, sorry, in my magazine. I have an extra, what, 5 bullets there? So literally 3/4 of a magazine absolutely destroys Gravehorde with the Krakatoa, and it is so much fun, so easy to get, and you don't even need a good anointment. Now that you've seen Flak absolutely destroy with a Krakatoa that's not even anointed, I moved on to Amara. I'm trying to work out my Amara builds. I'm not 100% knowledgeable on the Amara side yet. I'm still working it out from literally YouTube tutorials, which have amazing builds. So I was testing out this one today with the Krakatoa. It's not perfect. I'm sure you guys likely know a bit more than me if you guys are an Amara main. But this clip, trust me, we absolutely shredded it with one clip, and like it took seconds. It was kind of ridiculous. Okay, so I'll show the clip on screen. Essentially the strat is just using phase cast twice, which procs an ability to give me twice the amount of crit damage, and then of course all the action skill damage that Amara already has. Just amp for crazy damage, of course the movement speed with his spiritual driver. Absolutely shredded him, and as you can see this is only a 14 magazine size Krakatoa, and we had 2 bullets left in the mag. So we absolutely shredded him in less than a clip with less bullets than I just did with Flak. So if you guys are a Amara character, you'll want to get yourself a Krakatoa. This thing is a machine. And this clip is literally me using it with my Gamma Burst Flak build. If you guys have started using the mobbing build that I posted like, what, 2-3 days ago, this thing absolutely shreds with it as well. A lot of points in the skill tree put towards survivability over damage, so it doesn't one clip him, but you can see how much damage this thing is doing. It's pretty damn amazing. Of course, in less than 2 clips it takes Gravewood down and he doesn't even really have a chance to attack, which is a great farm considering it's literally a mobbing build. I didn't even change anything for this build to amp the damage or anything. It's got the same weapon. This one is anointed though. Big difference there is it is anointed. But all my grenades, shields, class mods, skill points, artifacts, all exactly the same for you guys. The only reason I even have an anointed one is literally the first Krakatoa that dropped for me after I started farming them when it got buffed, which was literally perfect timing because I was just testing the Gaia Burst build and it dropped and I thought I'd test it out, and it is an absolute machine. But yeah, if you guys are looking for the perfect anointment, of course it does depend on what kind of build you guys are going for. If you have the same mobbing build as me, their 115% radiation damage is perfect, like it's literally so good. If you guys are going for boss builds, 125 or just 100% extra damage on ASC is perfect if you have either of those two. Of course, if you're a Mara, the 300% phase slam or the extra phase cast, whatever it is after ASC, if you get any of those amazing extra damage ones, definitely get those, because as you saw, Amara one clipped him, and that wasn't even with an anointed Krakatoa, nothing to do with the Amara anointments. And if you have that, you'd probably do it in like, what, 5 bullets? As for Mose and Zane, apologies, I'm not really familiar with those anointments yet, but let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are using the Krakatoa with those 2 characters. Let me know how you guys are going with it. I'm assuming it would be an absolute tank regardless of what character, because I'm not even using anointments so far, and you're seeing the damage it's putting out. If you guys want to check out any of the builds that I've made for this video, for Flak at least, the mobbing build, I have actually made one centered around the lob. Believe it or not, that is actually that damn amazing. So if you haven't seen that, check out that video if you'd like. It is a Gamma Burst mobbing build for Flak, and it absolutely shreds through the takedown. Any slaughter shaft, he's pretty much unkillable and destroys everything, and that is not an exaggeration, trust me. If you guys want to check out that, it'll be in the end title card screen / description, or you can just check out the channel if you'd like. On top of that, if you guys want a boss farming build for Flak, that is essentially just a crit hit build with a bit of elemental damage, as much as you can get out of Flak essentially. It was originally built around the King / Queen's Call, but because it's a crit hit damage build, the Krakatoa works perfectly with it, because Flak is just a monster with any weapon you put in his hands. Again, if you want to check out that end title card screen, description, or the channel, you're welcome to check that out there. Also, to shout out to the people that have been asking what is happening with the stream, when is it coming back? I promise you it is coming back as quickly as I can. I really want to stream again. I'm trying to build a little studio encaged box thing around my desk so that I can stream again, and that is taking a little while, but I'm fingers crossed going to be back within the next week. Fingers crossed. But of course, I'll let you guys know via a YouTube video whenever I work that out for you guys, and we'll start streaming again, because I am so keen to get back into it. But yeah, that is everything I have for the Krakatoa after it's been buffed. This thing is so much fun to use, and I recommend you guys getting it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, feel free to smash subscribe down below, hit that bell, and YouTube will notify you for whenever I post a video. I'd really appreciate that. And we've just been flying recently, so thank you very much for all the support. You guys are absolute legends. I've been absolutely loving making all these YouTube videos for you guys, so hope you guys are enjoying them. And if you guys want to help me out even more, help the channel grow, smash like down below and share the video. Again, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day or night, whatever time it is for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, adios.